Namaste, everybody. Welcome to BODHI. I'm Tamal Dodge. This is Casey. We're going to do an hour vinyasa practice. We'll begin seated in the center of our yoga mat with our legs crossed in a Sukhasana, easy pose. Plant the palms on top of the knees, draw on the stomach, lift the chest, soften the shoulders down the back. Maybe put a slight tuck to the chin. Just looking to line up the long axis of bones, all the vertebrae. And that makes it more of an easy pose, as the name implies. If this is uncomfortable to sit here, you can always take a towel or a bolster if you have and slide it underneath your sit bones to elevate your position on the floor. Otherwise, we are taking our attention inward, softening the eyelids, unpursing the lips, unhinging the jaw. So there's this mindfulness of our breath and this passiveness in our face. Putting ourselves into this very wonderful space where we are giving ourselves permission just to move and breathe, move and breathe. Nothing else on the to-do list. When we simplify our life, it makes things less chaotic, more conducive for our physical health, our state of mind. Bringing us into the moment, present. Let's take an inhale through the nose and hold your breath at the very top. Out of the mouth. Again, inhale deeply through the nose, holding at the peak. Let it go. Go back to breathing through the nose. Make your breath sound like you're fogging a mirror with your mouth shut. Find the audible ujjayi. From here, let's blink your eyes open. Switch the crossing of your legs so we're balancing out what's going on in the hips. Keep your hands on the knees. I want you to start circling your torso in one direction. And you can start with little circles, but as you're kind of going through the motions, you deepen the circles. You're making them expansive, drawing your chest closer towards the front of your mat and the floor, maybe leaning back further. Finding that spinal elasticity. And then we circle our torso in the opposing direction because we always want everything even now. No stone unturned. And then once you finish balancing it out, we come to center. Keeping your hands on your knees, take an inhale, lift your chest, drive your palms into your knees, let the elbows bend. And then as you exhale, I want you to lean back, let your arms straighten out. Then inhale, lift the chest, maybe the chin a bit, elbows bend. Then exhale, lean back, arms straighten out. So it's a seated variation of cat-cow. We've done these in earlier sessions. Everything should start to feel like deja vu. Nice, and we come to center. Take your left hand to your outer right knee. Take your right arm behind you, about 6 inches straight out from the tailbone. Tent the earth with the right fingertips. Inhale, lift the chest. Then exhale, find the twist. And it's like even when our body is one, we don't want to ever force anything. So you just find that line in your body where it's between too much and not enough. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, switch. Right hand grabs the outer left knee, the left arm tents the floor behind you, the sternum lifts, you find the twist. Sometimes there's like a little adjustment, a little snap, crackle, pop. We inhale to center. Take your arms up to the sky. Place your right fingers straight out to the right on the floor, and then I want you to lean towards the right. So right hand out to the right on the floor, we lean to the right. Some people like to bend their elbows. I like to keep my right arm straight and climb those fingers and arm further out to the right till my body says it's just deep enough. Now what's very common is the left sit bone, the left glute muscle wants to pop up off the floor. So see if you can ground that down. And that's going to help you open up your left ribs, serratus, intercostals, lat muscles. And we're going to come back reaching both arms up to the sky. And then as you exhale, switch sides, left fingers out to the left. We lean to the left. We root down through the right glute muscle. We come back to center, reaching both arms up to the sky. Then exhale, hands come to heart center. Pray you're in front of the heart. Place your palms either on your knees or on your belly. We're going to do a little bit of breath of fire. Breath of fire is sharp exhales through your nose. Don't even think about the inhales. They'll happen automatically. If you can't pulse your belly with your exhales, use your hands to manually do with the exhales. So we'll take an inhale. And then exhale, go. Big inhale. Saw it out of the mouth. 2 more. Inhale deeply. Let it go. 1 more big inhale. Let it go. Blink your eyes open if they're closed. Let's come onto all fours, your hands and knees. You can pop into it, shuffle into it. There's no hard and fast rules of how you get there. Once you're on all fours, take an inhale, lift your head, dip the belly, then exhale, tuck and round back and forth on your own. Try to keep those arms straight and strong as you're rolling through the cat and cow. And we come to a flat neutral back. Let's extend the right leg behind you, dorsiflex the right foot. Take the left arm and reach it forward in a handshake fashion. So we ground down with the right palm, so we're creating space between you and the floor. The belly goes in, the front ribs go in, the right inner thigh is leading towards the sky. Now we're going to add some movement to this, but first I want you to take your left palm behind your head. Now with your exhale, you're going to bring the right knee into the stomach and connect your left elbow to the right knee, almost like a bicycle crunch. Then inhale, extend the leg back, lift the sternum, then exhale, elbow to knee. Then inhale, open it, then exhale, close it on your own. 30 seconds. And just trying to cultivate some extra heat in the core muscles right now, which will help us throughout our practice and really further along the natural evolution of where we're headed. Me with the leg extended back, reach your left arm forward. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, only set the left hand down. Lean way forward. Touch your chin to the floor, elbows in. Push yourself back on up. Oh. 2 more, lower elbows in. Back on up. 1 more, chin down. Back on up. Now, tuck your left toes, pick up your left knee, push back into left heel, 3-legged downward facing dog. Take a moment to press the left thigh bone into the hamstring. Start to emphasize the experience of lengthening the muscle fibers in the left calf, the back of the left thigh. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, bring the right knee to the nose, shoulders are over the wrist, round your upper back like a scared cat. Then inhale, extend the leg back. Again, knee to nose. Extend it back on your own. We started off kind of slow, easing in, trickling into our practice, and now we're just building the layers. It's going to be extra fun today and sweaty because Casey's sunburned. Make sure we throw in some twists. We'll meet with the knee at the nose, shoulders are over the wrists. Without lifting the palms, see if you can step your foot forward. Drop the left knee to the ground, release your left toes, scoot the left leg way, way back, and then reach your arms to the sky. So take your hands at prayer in front of the heart. Oh, you thought I was kidding. Twist, hook your left elbow to the outside of the right knee. The elbows should stack, so you can apply more pressure with your top hand down into the bottom hand. And when you do that, you'll find your thumbs closest to the heart center, the sternum. Get longer through the sides of the waist, longer through the sides of the neck. This is very common where our head just kind of droops towards the floor and we create this unnecessary lateral flexion in the cervical spine. So straighten it out. That's the sound effect I visualize it making. It's like, and you tuck your left toes, we pick up the left knee, press the left thigh bone into the hamstring. Yep. Think about pulling back through your inner left heel. So there's always this lengthening of the tissue. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, hands come down to the ground. Let's step back to the top of a push-up. And let's lower through your first official chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog if you're ready. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Let's lower to all fours. Hands and knees, wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Extend the left leg behind you. Dorsiflex the left foot. Reach the right arm forward in front of you in a handshake fashion. Start with rooting down the top of the right foot and shin into the floor. Rooting the left palm into the floor. And when that palm presses down, the front ribs lift up. Now we take the right palm behind the cranium, the back of the skull. The occiput, take a big inhale, and as you exhale, bring the left knee in, get the right elbow to touch the knee, then inhale, extend the leg back, lift the chest on your own. You're opening, you're closing, you're doing this variation of a single-sided bicycle crunch on all fours. We'll meet with the leg extended back. Reach your arm forward. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, only set your hand down. So lean forward, and let's touch your chin down to the ground. Elbows hug the ribs. Push yourself back on up. Oh, two more. Lower elbows in, back on up. Again, chin down, elbows in, back on up. Pause, tuck your right toes, pick up the right knee, push back into the right heel. Three-legged dog. So we're just trying to initially wake up the hamstrings, wake up the backs of the thighs. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, knee to nose. Let's wake up the core some more. Then inhale, extend it back on your own. You know how this goes. It's all the same. Just balancing out right and left. Let's meet with the knee at the nose. Step it through. Drop the right knee, release the right toe, scoot the right leg back, and then reach to the sky. So we take the hands at prayer. When I get my hands at prayer, the first thing I like to do is press the hands into each other and let the elbows kind of flare out, and then soften the shoulders down. So it's like a little pre-twist prep work. Now we're going to hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Find the thumbs closest to the heart center of the sternum. Not only are you trying to glide your shoulders down, but you're stamping the scapulas into the upper back, so they're not winging out. Then we tuck your right toes, pick up your right knee, push back through your inner right heel. And of course, breathe. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, hands come down. Let's step back to plank and let's lower through your second official chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take an inhale through the nose. Hold your breath at the top. And then out of the mouth. Let's keep your feet where they are. Walk your hands to your feet, to the back of your space. Take an inhale and glance out. Climb up onto the fingers or hands on the shins. Then exhale, fold in. 2 more. Inhale, glance out. Ardha. Exhale, fold in. Utthana. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Put a bend in your knees. Take your arms behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Pull your arms to the sky. And then maybe straighten the legs. Do the exact same kind of interlace with the opposite pinky, opposite thumb on top. So that tiny little shift of the fingers starts to impact how the upper arm bones are placed in the shoulders. Take an inhale. And exhale, release the hands down, little bend in the knees, and like a ragdoll, roll all the way up to standing. Hey, Casey, let's walk to the front of your mat. Let's step your feet together. Take your hands at prayer, Anjali Mudra, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we're going to casually run through a few of these, and then we'll take another detour. Let's come up high on the toes, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, open the arms and rise. Exhale, prayer in front of the heart, Samastrihi. Inhale, reach. Exhale to fold. Inhale, glance out. Then exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we got one more round coming. You know, when if we get into our down dog, that's where we want to settle. We keep working the hips back, the thigh bones back, softening the shoulders, wrapping the triceps down and around. Let's come up high on the toes, bend the knees, look forward, exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, open the arms and rise. Exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Here we go. Inhale, reach. Exhale to fold. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale takes you to up dog. Exhale pulls you to downward facing dog. So let's step our feet together, big toes touch. Let's drift to plank. Kick both heels to the right, send your left arm up, side arm balance Vashisthasana. If you want to modify this, you can always drop your right knee to the floor underneath your right hip for more support. Otherwise, you want to dorsiflex the feet, connect the big toes, but separate the heels a little bit. That's going to help spin your inner thighs to the right behind you. And then we take the right hip also a little bit to the right behind you, so the left hip drifts forward a bit. Take the top arm, reach it over your head. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Exhale, left hand down. Switch sides, both heels to the left. Send the right arm up. If you want to modify, you can drop the left knee. Otherwise, the big toes are touching, heels are separating. The left hip is drawing back, the right hip is guiding a little bit forward. Take the top arm, reach it overhead. Let the sides of the waist get longer. The front of the body gets stronger. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, right hand down, top of a push-up, pause. If you want to modify, you can put both knees to the floor. Otherwise, we're going to do 3 push-ups. Big inhale. And as you exhale, lower halfway, elbows in. Push yourself back up. Oh, again, lower halfway. Back on up. Again, lower halfway. And back on up. And then downward facing dog. So essentially, the rest of the practice is just going to be a ton of different variations of push-ups for Casey and you guys. I'm just kidding. That's it for push-ups. Let's lift your right leg up. And as you exhale, bring the right knee to your right elbow. Shoulders are over the wrists. Then inhale, extend the leg back. To the left elbow, under and across. Reach it back. To the right elbow. Extend it back. To the left elbow. Reach it back on your own. Just like that. Flow freely. It's me with the leg extended back. Lunge the right foot between your hands. Drop the left knee to the floor. Release your left toes. Scoot the left leg way back. Left palms down. Right arm reaches up. Another variation of twisting. Turn the right hand down. Reach over your head. So as we press the earth away with the left palm, we're also gliding the shoulder blades down. Then you're going to tuck your left toes. Pick up your left knee. Press the left thigh bone into the hamstring. Really want to straighten that left leg out so the left hip is almost the same height as the right hip. The skin of the right hip, skin of the right glute muscle should all pull back behind us, and that's going to help steer our hips forward. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, right hand down, pause, standing splits, left leg goes up to the sky. Walk your hands close to your right leg, but then slide your right hand to the right, slide the left hand to the left, cup the flow with the fingers, and dip your chest, your sternum towards the right shin bone. Let your elbows bend and flare out to the sides. Now, we're going to bend your right leg a lot. Step your left foot way back. Stay on the ball of the back foot. Straighten your front leg. And then lift the front of your right foot up. If you need to put your hands on books, blocks if you have them, that's always a nice option. Otherwise, you can just climb up really high on your fingertips. If you have super tight hamstrings, I apologize in advance. Try to draw the right hip back, the right thigh bone back. A variation of a wide-legged pyramid. Rebend your front knee, plant the palms, let's step back to plank, let's lower chaturanga, inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward facing dog, let's inhale, lift the left leg up, exhale, left knee to left elbow. Then inhale, extend it back. Then to right elbow, under and across. Extend it back on your own. 30 seconds. 30 seconds is a lot better than doing it for 30 minutes. Let's meet with the leg extended back. Lunge the foot between the hands. Drop the right knee to the floor. Release your right toes and scoot the right leg back. Right hand's down. Left arm reaches up, twist. Turn the left hand down, reach overhead. I'm really not trying to torture Casey with twists because she's sunburned. I just had an idea to do twists today, and then she walked in sunburned, so just a coincidence. When you're a kid, anybody ever grab your forearm and do that little friction thing? We'll finish our video doing that to Casey later. Let's tuck your right toes, pick up the right knee, press back through the inner right heel as you fire up the right quadricep. So again, steer the hips, pull the skin of the left hip back. The left knee tends to kind of swing out to the left and straining the outer part of the knee, the LCL. So you want to draw the inner left thigh closer to the outer left ribs and the belly. Let's inhale, reach your left arm up. Exhale, left hand down, standing splits. Right leg goes high. Walk your hands towards the left leg. Then slide the left hand to the left, slide the right hand to the right. Cup the floor with the fingers. Then dip your chest, your sternum towards the left shin bone. Urdhva Prasthita. Now bend the left leg a lot, step the right foot way back, stay on the ball of the back foot, straighten the front leg, lift the front of the left foot up, take the upper inner thighs, the points of the legs close to the groin, and try to connect them. That's what teachers mean when they say scissor your legs. And notice when you try to connect those points, how that's going to further the squaring of the hips, further the correcting of the structure of the pose. Rebend your front knee, plant the palms, let's step back to plank. Let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So, let's come up high on the toes, bend your knees, look forward, exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glancing out. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, chair pose. Sit low, reach high, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand up. Same exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Surya Namaskar B, inhale, chair pose. Exhale to fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Inhale, rise, warrior one, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, hands come down. We step back, we lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Inhale, rise, warrior pose. Exhale, hands come down. We step back. We lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take an inhale through the nose. Hold it at the top. Out of the mouth. Come up high on the toes. Bend the knees. Look forward. Exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand. Same exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Inhale, rise, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, hands come down. We lower chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Inhale, rise, warrior pose. Exhale, hands come down. We step back. We lower through your vinyasa. When you're finished, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Let's take a big inhale through the nose. Hold your breath at the peak. Stick out your tongue, let it go. Lower your knees to the floor. Cross one ankle over the other. Sit behind your feet. Swoop your legs through to the front. Is this cool down? Nope. So, scoot forward, bend your knees, set your feet on the floor. Reach your arms in front of you. Interlace your fingers except for your index fingers like you're pointing. Weight in the sit bones. Lift your feet up the level of the knees. So, inner thighs spin down. I like to keep the big toes touching the heels slightly apart. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, take your arms to the right. Then to the left. To the right, and then kick the right leg to the sky. Oh. Then switch. To the left, left leg kicks the sky. Then to the right, right leg kicks the sky. Then to the left, left leg lifts. Keep the hands interlaced, come to center. Lower the whole body 2 inches from the ground, straighten the legs. Shoulder blades lift. Take the arms to the right. Right leg kicks the sky. Here we go. Switch, arms to the left. Left leg kicks the sky on your own like this for about 30 seconds. And then hug the knees to the chest. So we interlace the fingers behind the head. I like to just cup the back of my head or the sides of my head. Elbows are wide. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, left elbow to the right knee. Extend the left leg straight out 2 inches from the ground. Pause. Now, when you make the switch to the other side, I want you to lift your shoulder blades higher, your chest higher. Yep, now switch sides. Now lift the chest higher as you switch. Oh. That's how it goes. Every time you're switching, there's a lift of the shoulder blades. And, when you do it, you know why I'm telling you to do it. We can pretend like we're like, oh, I don't know why he's saying that, but when you do it, you feel it more. You could also just do a head bob here. Or you could make it legit. Casey's fave. Hug your knees to your chest. Point your legs up to the sky. Separate your legs hips width apart. Dorsiflex the feet. Cup the sides of the head. Shoulder blades lift. Left hand touches right toes. Then switch. Right hand touches left toes. Switch on your own, side to side. Try to keep your legs straight as can be, even if they shake a little bit. That's fine. And just silently stay here, stupidvising everyone. Hug your knees to your chest. Oh. So, this next one's a little different. You're going to keep your knees into your chest. Get your knees over your hips and lift your feet up the level of the knees. Reach both arms towards the sky. Now, head and shoulder blades lift a little. Take your left hand, and I want you to hold onto your right shoulder, the deltoid. Now, as you crunch, you're going to lift your shoulder blades as high as they'll go, and then reach your right arm a little to the left. Yep, and then lower the shoulder blades a little bit, then reach up and to the left on your own like that, up and to the left. Oh, goodness, look at that one. Oblique action. Yes, so it's like straight up and then to the left. It's like you took a little detour. You swerved in the road, and all of a sudden, your obliques started to work out. Switch sides. Now you're going up and to the right. Up and to the right. Oh. Now, come to center, arms reach straight up to the sky, head and shoulders lift. Turn your palms to face the floor and get your arms by your sides. Now, as your arms pulse, your head and shoulders pulse with it. It's a tough one right after the one we just did. It's like a little matchstick was lit and dropped in your belly. Keep doing it. If you want to straighten your legs, you can lower them about 18 inches, maybe 2 feet away from the ground. The rule of thumb is you just want your lower back popping up off the floor. So if you feel like there's a pocket under your low back, you need to lift your legs a little higher. Hug your knees to your chest. Hold on to the hamstrings. Let's rock up and down till you either go straight into chair pose or you can use your hands to kind of makeshift pop you up into chair pose. Once you're in chair, take your hands at prayer in front of the heart. Hook your left elbow to the outside of the right knee and thigh, twisting parivrita. The elbow should stack. The left shin bone pulls back. The inner thighs draw down. If you want more, you can open your arms. Now, those of you guys who have side crow in your practice, you can take side crow as an alternate. It's always available. Casey's going for it. Or you can just stay in the twisting chair. It's totally up to you. Casey's getting fancy. If you're in some variation of a twisting arm balance, you come back to the twisting chair. On an inhale, come up to chair pose, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands come to prayer. We switch sides. Right elbow hooks to the outside of the left knee. The right shin bone sucks back. The inner thighs roll down. The sides of the waist get long. If you want a different thing to do, again, arm balance. You can always open the arms in your twisting chair. There's so many different variations, things that we can access according to what we want to accomplish today. If you're in some arm balance, you come back to the twisting chair. Then inhale, chair pose, reach to the sky. Exhale, stand up. Same exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Let's turn to the right and open your legs wide. About 4.5 feet apart. Take your arms out to the sides like airplane wings. Palms will face down. Turn your right toes to the back of your mat. Bend the right knee to 90 degrees. Find warrior two. So we widen the stance enough so that your right thigh is parallel with the floor. It's going to be a relatively short sequence, so we want to go for the fullest expression. There's like this tendency when we're in a class and it's getting challenging and we don't know how far the teacher's going to take it, so we start doing like really short stances and trying to make things a little less fuller expression to conserve energy. But right now we're going for it, so go deep. Front heel lines up with the back heel. The back foot turns in at about 10 degrees. We press the left thigh bone into the hamstring. The inner right thigh draws forward. The outer right hip hugs in. The tailbone starts to recycle under as the front ribs go in. But then notice as the front ribs go in, are you slouching in your upper back? Can you lift your sternum independently of all that? And let your arms press down, but they don't drop. And we breathe. Few more breaths. Is that kind of this magic that happens when you're just sitting with the pose versus distracting ourselves with continual movement. Now, let's place your right hand down on the outside of the right shin and calf on the floor. Climb onto the right fingertips or put your right hand on a block and start wedging the outer right leg against the inner right arm. Then take the left arm and reach it over your head. The left bicep should hang pretty low, about an inch or two above the left cheekbone, and then you can start wrapping the left upper outer arm down. Notice how that's going to help hollow out the armpit and softens the shoulders, really secures the shoulders. Keep anchoring through the outer edge of that back foot so that the inner left arch, calf, and thigh lifts. It's buoyant. And breathe. Come back up, warrior two. Oh, yeah. Straighten that right leg. Turn your right toes to face the same direction as the left. Angle your big toes in a little bit. Take your arms behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Anchor the hands down. Inhale, lift the chest. Then exhale, fold your body forward. Pull your interlaced hands towards the sky. And we breathe. Notice if the weight of your body is predominantly in the heel. See if you can drift your hips a little bit forward so they fall in line with the ankles. And then take your hands to your hips. Come all the way up. Turn your left toes to the front of your mat. Take your arms out to the sides like wings. Bend the left knee. Find warrior two. So again, we're widening the stance quite a bit. We're setting up front heel to back heel. Your back foot angles in a little bit. Your back foot's never parallel with the back edge of the mat in any of these standing poses, whether it's warrior two, warrior one, triangle. It's always turning forward at different degrees depending on the pose. Notice how the left knee wants to knock inward. Draw forward through the inner left thigh. Pin the outer left hip in. Look for that mild posterior tilt, the tail going under. If the torso is leaning too far forward or too far back, you want to get it stacked directly over the hips. We're always, again, lining up the long axis of bones like we did in our seated pose Sukhasana in the infancy of this practice. The arms press down, but they don't drop. And we just hang out. That's how Casey and I hang out. With her and a warrior two and me just hanging out talking. That's why she doesn't want to hang out with me that much. Just place your left hand down on the outside of the left shin and calf. Turn the right hand down, reach overhead. At least you know that this is the last one of these standing poses. But you also know it's held too long. So we're drawing the heels towards each other, creating that energetic pull through the midline so you can draw on your pelvic floor, Akigo Mula Bandha, with your exhales. How you guys doing at home? Pretty good? I hope so. Let's come up warrior two. Oh, yeah. Straighten the front leg, turn the left toes in again. Interlace the fingers, the opposite grip you did before, the awkward feeling way. If you can remember, anchor the hands down, inhale, lift the chest, then exhale once again, fold your body forward. And we breathe. So we're going to do something a little different. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, release your hands to the ground. Start heel-toeing your feet closer together. Now squat down on your tiptoes, and then sit your butt on your mat. Straddle your legs wide apart. What'd you know? And then grab a hold of your glutes, move them out of the way. Dorsiflex the feet, take an inhale, reach your arms up, then exhale, hinge and fold forward. What happens is your big toes want to draw towards the floor in front of you, like magnets. So I want you to take your big toes and get them vertical, straight up towards the sky. And from here you can sit up. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Hold on to your feet, pull your heels in towards your groin. Take an inhale, lift the chest. Then exhale, fold and use your elbows to push your knees to the ground. Baddha Konasana. I like to draw my chest past the toes, and then if you want more, you can walk your hands forward. And from here you can sit up. Place the hands in the outsides of the knees. Close your legs together. Turn to face the front of your space. Scoot forward, let's lay on your back. Oh, we made it. Bend your knees, set your feet on the floor, heels to the butt, plant the palms, let's lift the hips. Interlace your fingers underneath your back, tuck the upper arm bones underneath you. If you want a deeper back bend, you can take upward facing bow Urdhva Dhanurasana as an alternate. We just want to, no matter which version of a back bend you're doing, to scoop the tailbone forward towards the knees and roll the inner thighs down. Additionally, just make sure your toes are pointing forward. Take an inhale, lift a little more, then exhale, come on down. Hug the knees to the chest. Happy baby, arms go split between your legs, hold the outer edges of your feet, pull your knees down by your ribs. Notice if your sacrum is lifting off of the floor. I want you to sink your tailbone towards the earth, but then notice if there's this pocket underneath your low back between you and the floor. I want you to draw on your belly to descend the lumbar down, and then plug your shoulder blades into the upper back to widen the sternum and collarbones. And if we're getting nitpicky, you want to press the inner feet towards the sky and pull the outer feet towards the earth. Breathe. Hug the knees to the chest. Release the left leg out, only hug the right knee in. Send your right arm out to the right, palm up. Look to the right, twist the right knee across the body to the left. The right knee into your chest, release it next to left. Hug the left knee into your chest. Send your left arm out to the left. Look to the left and twist the left knee to the right. Hug the left knee into your chest. Let's hug both knees into your chest. Place your forehead onto your knees. Take a very big inhale. Hold your breath. Squeeze everything, all tension, all stress into one tight little ball. Let it all go. Sprawl open. Shavasana. You've arrived. So finding whatever position is going to make you the most content for the next 5 minutes. Giving yourself this time to recoup your energy, restore your mind from life. So that we can walk off our mat as a better vehicle for service in the world. Rest. BODHI Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasiri Gurubhakta Chapta Kanchan Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Yasodananda Rajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Together, take a big inhale through your nose. Hold your breath. Let it go. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bring movement back to the body. With your eyes still shut, roll over to whatever side you like. And with your eyes still closed, let's come up to seated. Sit up tall, take your hands at prayer in front of your heart. Follow your breath. In life, everything is a rental. People go, what does that mean? Well, the definition of a rental is it's something that you occupy for a short period of time, or something that isn't forever. It's temporary. So if we look at everything that we think we possess, the clothes we wear, the car we drive, the house we have, all the way down to the body that we are wearing, it's all temporary. It's a rental. Even in this world, if we rent an apartment, it's not like we're going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to fix it up, because it doesn't belong to us, and we know we don't own it. Yet we tend to spend the majority of our life here acting like it's going to go on forever, investing so much time, effort, and energy into acquiring material things that we can't take with us. So the yoga system says we should turn our attention towards the things that we can take with us. People are like, what does that mean? Well, they say we're a spiritual being, a jiva atma, that even when this body, this pair of clothes I no longer have to wear, the soul will still live on. And the spirit, the soul, the jiva atma, needs to be submerged into spiritual things. Acquiring spiritual wealth, sukriti. We do that through changing our life's actions into spiritual ones. Adding and meditating, reflecting, helping other people. Then we'll find a place of eternity, a permanent residence, a permanent place, a spiritual one. Take a big inhale. Hold your breath. Let it go. Namaste.